Tripathi Saab, the Director General of IIPA, Professor Pandey, Professor Malhotra, Professor Lataji, dear participants who are present here in this hall and those who have joined through digital mode. A very good morning to all of you. You seem to be still not awake.
Good morning, sir.
A very good morning to all of you.
Very good morning, sir. Thank you.
So, and also a very happy New Year. We are meeting early in the New Year of 2026. It's a beginning, and I really heard keenly how the Director General has developed the whole subject.
Yes.
The way he deliberated on very, very complicated things in a lively manner. So thanks a lot, Tripathi Saab. My compliments to you, and I'm sure this must have gone very clearly to all the participants, digitally or physically. At the outset, let me first congratulate IIPA for organizing this kind of a one-day workshop on such an important topic. Viksit Bharat 2047. This is something which you all have been hearing from August 2022 when Honorable Prime Minister spoke from the ramparts of the Red Fort. In most of his conversations, Viksit Bharat, the vision of Viksit Bharat is very much there. And Viksit Bharat 2047, this is digital transformation in urban planning and governance. So how can urban area play an important role? The planning and governance can an important role in realizing the vision of Viksit Bharat at 2047. It's a very important topic, and to start with, must compliment IIPA team, Charuji and everybody who have been associated for conceptualizing and coming up with this kind of deliberation for the whole day. You are going to work on this. I'll be very happy to receive the end of the day what has been the outcome of these deliberations to contribute to this. Well, the first thing, Viksit Bharat at 2047. What does it mean? Must have heard many times. We have been talking about we are developing country for the last many years. When we were young children, when we were studying, when we were in job, like the parties we came in service, we have all been time talking about the developing India. I don't know for how long we'll keep talking about it. For the first time, a new narrative, a new conversation, Viksit Bharat at 2047. It is not only we will make India a developed country, but we'll make it in a time frame of next 25 years, 2.5 decades. This is the commitment of the nation, and everybody feels, not only you, I think across the country, every segment of the society feels that India will be Viksit by 2047. Why? Because they have seen the kind of change, the kind of transformation India has undergone in the last 1 decade before that. The mantra of reform, perform and transform had been ingrained into the Indian psyche. Every segment, every part of the economy, every part of society is the reform, perform and transform. So people have faith, they believe that India is going to become Viksit Bharat by 2047. Having been part of this exercise as a Secretary to Government of India, as a Chief Secretary of the State, I fully believe, I have a strong faith, will not become Viksit Bharat by 2047, but much earlier than that. Because the kind of speed we have taken, the last quarter, our economic growth was 8.2%. We are projected to grow at the rate of 7.4%. This kind of growth has never been there. And it is only going to go up because the fundamentals, the basic things which are needed for economic growth, they are very much there. But just by economy, can we become Viksit? No. Viksit Bharat means first the top class infrastructure. which you are seeing the transformation with the road sector, rail sector, metro, regional rapid transport, water sports, water transport, all kinds of modes of transport, all kinds of infrastructure, digital infrastructure. I mean, today we have so much of ease connecting all across the country and working as if, I was just mentioning about the IGOT platform you was mentioning, you say, there is nothing like there is a classroom. A class is a virtual classroom and everybody is connected and everybody is interacting as if they are sitting in a classroom. We used to hold meetings during COVID-19. The way we were doing, it's all completely changed. That kind of a digital transformation, any of you 10 years back, could you have thought of? I don't think in your wildest imagination you couldn't have thought of that we will have this kind of infrastructure where there is so much of ease of connecting with each other. And this is only the beginning. It's just the creating the base. How we are going to fly, that is going to come up in the next 2 decades. That will make India become Viksit before 2047. Not only the infrastructure, but also the social infrastructure, which is very important. We may have the best of roads and rails and everything, but unless your education, health, entertainment, various things which makes the softer aspect of the human life, which gives you a better quality of life, they are there. And you see the number of IITs which have gone up, number of IIMs have gone up, number of AIMs, the number of School of Planning and Architecture. Think of any field. The way the private education, the private sector education, they have developed the kind of trust, their quality of education, ISB, various institutes, even the technical institutions, ITIs, polytechnics. There is a complete transformation going across. Not only it has all happened, let's not say that we are already there, but at least we believe that we are going to be there. So the whole social infrastructure, the entertainment industry, the way, the kind of transformation India has seen, I don't think any part of the world this kind of transformation has happened. And third is the economy. I mean, today we are very proud. This year entered 2026 with the IMF estimates. We are now the 4th largest economy in the world. We are now nearly $4.2 trillion economy. We have crossed Japan. The next target is in next couple of years we are going to cross Germany. So we will be the 3rd largest. And who knows, by 2047 we will be the 2nd. So that is the kind of growth we are. When the most countries post-COVID had stalled, their economy has been completely destroyed. Their growth rate have been completely reduced. India took the path of Viksit Bharat, Atmanirbhar Bharat, the complete transformation. So the economy is going so fast and it is projected to cross $30 trillion economy by 2047. But not only that, when we are growing, we should also concentrate on inclusivity. Inclusive India. It is for everybody. Women will not be left behind. The women participation in the labor, women participation in all activities. Today you see the forces, defense forces, armed forces, anywhere. Space, water, sea, everywhere. The women. Divyang, everything all accessible. We had just written off that kind of population, which is the part of the nature. So that kind of inclusive India, everybody contributing towards the growth of India. That's also part of the Viksit Bharat. The technology. Gone are the days when we were copying things from the West. We were not innovators. We were not creating new things, the new technology, new ways of living. Today we are frontiers. We are just mentioning about artificial intelligence. Whether it is artificial intelligence or 5G, now 6G, whether it is drone technology, robotic technology. Think of the new technology, and India has the mission, hydrogen energy. India has the special missions to do that, the semiconductor mission. All these things are now part of the Indian ecosystem. We are fast changing. Our academic institutions are moving into that direction. the global leadership. We were always the Vishguru in the past. It was only in the last 1,000 years, the whole 1,000 years when we lost ourselves. We forgot that we as Indians had led the world. We were contributing towards nearly 30% of the economy of the world. Today we are not even 3%. Because of the continued slavery, continued dominations of the outsiders on India, and we lost ourselves. We stopped believing in ourselves. But now India has come back, started believing in itself. Atmanirbhar Bharat. And now you see the leadership. When our Prime Minister goes to any country, see the kind of respect he earns. Indians abroad, whenever I travel abroad, they say that Indians never had that kind of a recognition outside. Today, world is seeing us. What we have done in Swachh Bharat, what we have done in UPI, what we have done in many things. Now the world wants to come and learn from here. Day before yesterday, I was in a conversation digitally, talking from people from outside. They want Indian experts now. Earlier, we were looking for the foreign experts to come. That is the world leadership. We are fast, whether it is in the defense sector, whether it is in any space. We are slowly. I have not said that we have become, but everybody has a faith that we are going to become. And to become Atmanirbhar in everything. We are no more dependent on others. We are slowly trying to cut off dependency syndrome. So this is the change of Viksit Bharat. So we can already feel, there is a feel in the air that we are moving towards Viksit Bharat. Now just imagine how this Viksit Bharat 2047, let me take you on that, because we are all very intelligent. We can go 25 years hence, we can go back 25 years behind. How things will be. The urban population, today estimated to be nearly around 52 crores, 37% of 140 crore total population. The urban population is going to be projected to be more than 90 crores, around 90 crores by 2050, 2047, it's like that. So today, total population almost, say 75 to 80% of today's population is going to come in the urban space in the next 2.5 decades. Think of the pollution, congestion, different kinds of challenges which you face in the urban areas. If this continues, how will be the human life? I mean, I heard Tripathi Sahab on this. We have to take that challenge. We have to make sure that the coming urban should be smart, sustainable, resilient urban India. That will be part of the Viksit Bharat. We are not only going to transform the existing urban space, landscape, the existing nearly 5,000 cities, but also the new cities which are going to come up. The expansion of the cities, that should not be like earlier growth. It should be smart growth, leading to sustainable, resilient, and smart development. The total GDP is going to grow almost 7 to 8 times, more than $30 trillion. That will lead to per capita income. The present per capita income is around $2,700. This is going to grow above $15,000. So almost 7 to 8 times of the per capita income. In the urban area, our present per capita income is around $5,000 plus. This is going to grow above $20,000 to $25,000, 4 to 5 times. That means so much of income is going to come in every individual's hand. They are going to spend it on services. They are going to spend it on better quality of life. They are going to be this aspirational India. Whatever is happening across the globe, we would like India to have that. The best of the gadgets, best of things. So this will drive the manufacturing, drive the services. The number of million plus cities, today it is 70 plus, going to be nearly 150 plus, almost double the million plus cities. It's a huge expansion. So that is the kind of challenges we are going to face. And when we have this kind of a fast, which is already predicted, it is already happening. You can see it, you can feel it. Then I think here, the mantra given by Honorable Prime Minister is skill, scale and speed. That is the way you can address the challenges which is going to come for the next 2.5 decades. And that will create a base for the future of India. We will be that Vishwaguru, which we had been earlier there, will regain our position, which was thousands of years back, we lost it. So it's skill, scale and speed. And how can you do that? You just can't do it in the way we have been doing business as usual in the physical manner. When we have been thinking in silos, when we have been doing things, trying to address, we have been reacting to the problems. Now there is a problem in somewhere, we will solve that problem. By that time, another 2 problems come. We just cannot do that. Digital is the only way. Digital has become digital infrastructure, digital thinking, digital transformation is the only way in which we can address what India is experiencing today and going to experience in the next 2.5 decades or years ahead. And India has shown that resilience. India has shown that strength. India had that power to get digital all the way. As much as we are concerned about roads, we are concerned about water, we are concerned about sewer, we are concerned about street lights. So we should get concerned about the digital transformation in the urban area. It should get into the psyche. It should get into the learning of the urban space. Those who are the administrators, those who are governing the urban space, they should say how to deploy. Many models are there. A lot of learnings have been there. And thanks God, I have been part of that learning. I was there as a additional secretary from 2014 to 17. 17 to 21, I was nearly 4.5 years, more than that, secretary to Government of India, and then chief secretary. So continuous, this transformation, digital transformation, I have been part of it. I have been experiencing this. This is possible. Think of, take the example of, I'm just giving you one example, the digital public infrastructure, like COVID. COVID gave India such a big strength during the COVID. This is a digital public infrastructure. You don't have to carry that certificate anywhere. You don't have to remember when I had my last shot. Everything is available on mobile phone. UPI. The UPI, the kind of transformation, we feel so happy. When the parties are mentioned about PM-SVANidhi, I think we developed the whole PM-SVANidhi scheme because we are addressing the nano entrepreneurs. They had the entrepreneurship. All these street vendors, they had the entrepreneurship. They could buy in the morning, sell by the evening, save something to feed their family, to serve their family, at the same time go for the next day. They were entrepreneurs, but they didn't have capacity to raise public finance, to raise funding. And that's how they were being, you'll be surprised, they were getting loans at say 400%, 500%, 100%. That is the kind of difficulty they were facing. We came with PM-SVANidhi, but made sure that just by using the digital technology, end to end, this is one scheme of Government of India for the first time, where absolutely no physical contribution is there, right from identification to the point. Things like he doesn't have to go anywhere. All the incentive he's getting, it is digitally being driven. Because he does this, automatically his account will get that credit. If he does this already happens. He doesn't have to bother about anything. And there we pursued for this UPI to be followed. And today we can see in the streets, everywhere you go to any street vendor, you go to any shopkeeper, he will not ask for the money. Just pay by this QR code. Things like your DG Yatra, those who are traveling abroad, those who are coming. I mean, how it has made your life so simple. DigiLocker, how it has made your life so simple. Today we are thinking in terms of agri-stack. When I was urban secretary, we started urban stack. I don't know what is the progress right now. I have not taken the progress. The urban stack, you can get whole lot of services like UPI just on the mobile phone. Just on the mobile phone, you can develop a UPI kind of thing. You can have urban stack. There is the agri stack. You the whole agriculture services. You can do it on the this. This is a, India has learned. It can teach the rest of the world about the digital public infrastructure, and that can bring ease of living to the citizens. Ultimately, what we aim at, if we make their life easy, definitely they are going to contribute much more towards the economy. If they don't have to struggle for small things, they will do big things. So we started with the National Urban Digital Mission. As a Secretary Government Affairs, we launched this National Urban Digital Mission. The idea was the urban stack. And follow up to that, when I went as the Chief Secretary, I launched this State Urban Digital Mission. Everything, all services on your mobile. Why not? This is possible. India has shown it, and we can do it. And this is how we have to move forward to make things easier, whether it is for the citizens or it is for the business. If somebody has to pay the property tax, simple. If you have to apply for getting a clearance for your this map for a building, apply online. Now we have got artificial intelligence, AI. AI can make sure that a lot of things which were, I mean, earlier it will bring ease not only to the citizens, not only to the architects, not only to the planners, but also ease to the municipal employees. A lot of things can be compared. You were just saying, I mean, what DG Saab was saying about IGOT, the same thing is possible for every space. Through the artificial intelligence, things can be compared. What we did last time, what has been the trend, everything is possible. They can read all the documents, a whole lot of documents on your planning fundamentals. Those things can be done, and it can be checked. Nobody has to go and check physically, personally, and we're taking such a long time. We were happy doing things in 30 days. We can do it in now 3 days with this kind of change of technology. We have, I mean, this is possible that the most important thing, my learning, working in the urban space as a municipal corporation, in the municipal commissioner, as a vice chairman of the development authority, as a principal secretary of urban development in the state, and in the government of India as a digital secretary and secretary. The most important thing which we can address is the urban planning. If your urban planning is good, and if we have implemented it well, not only that planning is good, sometimes we make a good plans, but we don't implement it. We just follow up on the implementation front. So governance is as much important as the planning, rather more important than the planning. So if you do a good planning and do this implementation of the plan, 100% of the problems are solved by themselves. Just let me give you an example. Now, today the whole urban planning concept is changing. Earlier plans were driven by the auto industry. We had one zone leaks, another zone. We had to travel from one place to another place all the time, causing congestion, causing pollution, causing accidents, causing so many issues. Now the urban planning is, you have a complete self-contained planning. Where you have the residences, you have got the commercial space, you have got, say, working space, you have got the entertainment space, all these things which you need, a school, health, everything is right in the community. It's all walkable space. People say that, how can you do that? We can do it. I'll come back. How can you do it? You can do it. All the new development, the new India, which is new urban India, which is coming up, they can all be planned like this. And the current India, wherever renewal is required, wherever redevelopment is required, we can go like this. Is the retrofitting is required, we should go like this. We can follow that path. In fact, we came out with the help of SEPT University. You must have heard of SEPT University in Ahmedabad. With two concepts. The concept of local area plan, LAP. The local area plan was for the existing cities. So retrofit and improve it to bring better quality of life to the citizens. And the second was the town planning scheme. It is completely for the greenfield, the new urban area which is coming up. And they have to come up in a different manner than the earlier way of we are planning. And how that is possible? We laid the foundation to the AMRUT scheme. You must have heard about AMRUT scheme. Atal Mission for Urban Rejuvenation and Transformation. Under the AMRUT scheme, all the cities whose population was more than 1 lakh. Later we came out with the AMRUT 2.0, where all 100% cities have been covered. But because of financial constraints, we said that 50,000 plus cities. Every city master plan was to be done under the GIS. When you do this master planning on the GIS map with the help of NRSA, with the help of state remote sensing agencies, if you are able to do it, how life becomes so simple. Because I remember as a VC of Kanpur Development Authority way back in 1998, I introduced master planning using the satellite data. And we did that. I gave that task to IIT Kanpur way back in 1998, that rather than doing the regular physical kind of thing, just get the data from Survey of India, and use that data, do the ground truthing and prepare the master plan. But now things have become so simple. With the GIS data, once you have the GIS data, the whole thing is digital. And on a digital master plan, you can do anything. It becomes a totally, now no need of doing it for 20 years. You can do anything on the digital based master plan. We want to have a transport planning, you can do the transport planning on the GIS based master plan. You want to do the infrastructure planning, you can do that on that plan. Resource planning, you can do that on the master plan. Everything is possible, and possible in the real time. That's what's happening today. And today, I don't have the figure how many cities have got this GIS based master plan, but I'm sure almost 100% or maybe few may be remaining or maybe in the process. Because I had been continuously pushing this GIS based master plan, then we can go down to the still lower level of the cities. So this master planning, development planning, even say colonies planning, everything becomes so much simpler. Today we have got the PM Gati Shakti. PM Gati Shakti, the way it has lubricated the whole process of planning. PM Gati Shakti. It's a complete transformation activity when all infrastructure can be planned, and something which will take years. How much time it will take to prepare DPR? 2 years, 3 years. The parties have remember that is how people used to say. Today it can be done in a month's time. Because everything is available there. You can work on it and do some ground truthing and finalize it. This is what you can do in the urban planning space. But the urban planning concept itself has to change. When I mentioned about LAP and TPS, we trained every state, all the planners. And I believe they should adopt that kind of a planning scheme rather than the old, outdated planning scheme of those automobile-driven days, when things were so much segregated. Not only this, the transit-oriented development. You must have heard about transit-oriented development. How it will make so simple. If you have this GIS-based master plan, you can plan, you can do the redevelopment, and this area can become such a good livable area. The TDR is so simple on the digital platform. And today Maharashtra has come up with a property card, and property card for the vertical buildings. It's all digital. You just like I have got my Aadhaar card, so building has got its own Aadhaar, and that's a property card, digital property card. It has the whole history where how it has changed the hands. Just for selling one property, one had to go through the experts, go through the consultant, through the so say some chartered accountant. They will dig into the history for the last 60 years, and it's a long drawn process. You have to pay a lot. And then only you will know that this property is sellable or not sellable. Today, Maharashtra has come with a scheme. Just one card sitting in your pocket has all that information, and it makes your life so simple. The digital has made ease of living for everybody, for the citizens, for administrators, and for those who are from the consulting world, for them as well. So this urban planning can be complete transformative using the digital mode. We have a lot of learning from the smart cities. If you have heard about the smart cities, how things changed post smart city. In fact, this scheme was closed in March 2025. I don't know how can the scheme be closed, but anyway, officially it has been closed. A smart city was not a scheme. It was it's a learning process for the Indian urban space. Whether you call it those who are from the industry helping them, or those who are from the municipal corporations working on it, it was a lot of learning process. They were called the lighthouses. They learned a lot of things from the smart city. That kind of a opportunity was never there in the Indian development administration for the last 70 years. And that learning can be taken further, because when India is urbanizing so fast, the learning from smart cities should be used in all newer developments. For example, this is Swachh Bharat, the Clean India. This transformation, the learning which was there, you can track right from source to the place which is completely dissolved, it is completely transformed into some useful product. You can track that using the technology. You can track whether it is being segregated or not segregated, process, not process. Now you just can't dump. You are under watch everywhere. This is Swachh Sarvekhan. Nearly almost more than 40 crore people being covered under this, and been done in only few months. That was the learning. All that using this garbage, lot of things which are usable. The concept of reduce, reuse, and recycle. There's a lot of things were transformed into useful products. So this learning from the smart city, can be taken further. In fact, further improved upon it. You cannot say the smart city have been closed. The scheme might have been closed, but the learning has to go further. Water. You may be surprised, in various cities, we had plenty of water, but the water being rationed for 8 hours, 6 hours, 4 hours, morning, evening. And they had per capita requirement is only 135 liters. You find out how much water they are generating. They are generating, say, 300 liters per capita. That is what they are generating. Yet they are rationing it. Why? It's not being, a lot of water is being lost through the leakages, being lost through the various kinds of means. We came out with a solution of 24/7 and drink from tap. Puri, from his cadre, Tripathi-ji's cadre, Puri was the first city in the country to come out with 24/7 water supply and drink from tap. The total water requirement goes down to even 90 liters rather than 135 liters. So less water, more service. That's what a smart city is. What the Honorable Prime Minister said while launching the Smart City Mission in June 2015, that the smartness is nothing but to get more from less. From lesser quantity of water, you can have more satisfied people. And not only Puri, this was part of the AMRUT 2.0 scheme, that many cities have to become, all the bigger cities have to become 24/7 and drink from tap. As in Uttar Pradesh, we started for Ayodhya, we started for all our cities whose population is more than 10 lakhs. It's already in the process. And I think must be happening all across the country. On the transport front, ITMS, Integrated Transport Management System. Today you can track Now you know when your bus is coming. You can reach there only in time. All the modes of transport, because they're multimodal transport, it's all connected. And it has happened. I'm not saying that it is something is theoretical. It has happened in many cities. You're coming out of the metro, take the bus. Coming out of the bus, you take the another mode of transport. You can walk. I mean, many things, they're all connected and connected on a mobile phone. There's a national common mobility card. On one card, you can travel across the country. That is possible. That was earlier done only in South Korea. It had been done. I had that pride privilege of doing that for our country. I got that opportunity. It's a God-given opportunity. We can do it for the country. So national common mobility card. This is possible. This is okay. I mean the various kinds of your in the transport system. The problem is the parking. Now the parking has been automated. Today we have got the robotic parking. See in the Central Vista, and it's coming up in a big way in the country. That's going to be the new urban story for 2047. Robotic parking. Just take your car, it will take it and park it somewhere. Push your button, it will come back to you. Now you can drive. You don't require huge space. Earlier we had parking means whole lot of space was being covered, or the road space was being covered. Then we came with multi-storied parking, which again required a huge space. Now it's just like a stack. So the whole parking concept, once you are moving, earlier you were just taking your car all around, whether the parking is available or not. Now on the mobile, you know that the parking is available or not. So this can be such a change. The climate. I mean, Delhi people are so much bothered from the AQI. And so is the case for many other cities. There's a clean air mission. And the clean air mission, the only thing which can solve that problem is the technology. As a graduate of IIT, I'm a great proponent of technology, but I don't think, I 100% agree with you, technology does not give a solution. Technology is a tool which can give you a solution. You have to use it in the right manner. You can use the same knife for killing somebody. You can use the same knife for chopping your vegetables or chopping whatever you want to do that. So technology is agnostic to its use. You have to use it diligently. And I think one solution, whether it is, one can think of solving the air pollution, use the technology. If you are able to segregate what kind of thing which is polluting that particular area, and we can address that on the ground, they can all be connected. Like somebody is, instead of using, say, gas chula, he is using, say, wooden, and still it is being done. Let me tell you, in Delhi, in many areas, people are using woods, they are using coal. If you know that, you can convince them through the advocacy. Because 100% people have been given the gas connections. But still they have the gas, they will use other means, they will use this for a special purpose. We can do that. If some say there is a pollution due to, say, building construction, you can take measures. If it is due to, say garbage, you can take measures. If you know that where the source is, you can take that measure. And technology can make it possible. This is all possible. So you can, in fact, in the ministry, we started climate smart cities. And for climate smart city, whether it is energy, whether it is garbage, whether it is transport, all these things, they can monitor, they can be, we can come to a level where we make our cities climate smart. There's a lot of problems regarding flooding. There's a problem regarding heat waves in the cities. They can all be addressed using the technology. Once you know that this is the problem, this is the source, you can address the source and the problem is out. We get sick, but if you know that what is the cause of a sickness, you can solve that. And cities are as good as human beings. Like we have got all these different organs and all organs are connected. So is the case of the city. It's a body organ. And you can see that you can solve this problem, then the the issues regarding the city, that will evaporate, that will be changed. The problem on the housing. Today, India has demonstrated by constructing more than 1 crore of housing in the urban space. People are saying it was just not possible only a few years back. Now it has demonstrated and taken up another 1 crore as a target, rental housing in the housing. How that was possible? Through the digital means. Because as a secretary, it was just not possible for me to monitor all these things, whether it was actually happening or not happening. Sometimes there were ghost housings. But now we have the real housing because the digital tools are available and you can monitor, you can see what is happening, where it is happening, and there are various tools through the artificial intelligence where you can also compare it's actually happening or there is some ghost is there. So digital is something which can give you a lot of power, and that power was realized through the ICCC. Integrated Command and Control Centers. You must have, I'm sure in some of the cities you must have gone and seen what all it can do. Whether it is governance in solving the grievances of the people, in managing the various things, various services of the city. It was so much effective during the COVID. So all that it can do. But now it can also be productive. Today, I know today is this situation. Tomorrow, what is going to happen? 5 days after this, what is going to happen? I can solve the problem by prediction and solve the problem now. There's a lot of power to the ICCC. In fact, I think the requirement which I started in the ministry while I was there, because ICCC costs a lot. It was costing almost more than 100 crores for a city. Can we have ICCC as a service? Think of it, the window system. If everybody had to get a window, they had to pay how much huge cost. That window came as a service. There are many things can come as a service. So ICCC, and this has already been demonstrated by Bell, that it is possible. We just have to do the business model. If you do that, every city can have the ICCC. They can hook on system, they develop up some kind of a digital cameras, some infrastructure, some basic infrastructure. Rest is all. The digital service can be to the ICCC as a service. And then you can utilize that, whether it is for the garbage, whether it is for the water, whether it is for the sewer system, whether it is for transport system, education system, health system, any system, you can use ICCC as effectively as if you had the ICCC in your city. And you can pay for the service. It can be the fractions of paisa for every service you get. Maybe few lakhs for the whole managing your particular kind of service. And small cities can afford it. So today we are talking in terms of safe and secure cities. Cities which are safe and secure for the children, where they are going for class, they are going for various kinds of sports, various things. It should be safe for the children. Safe for the women, because now they are part of the regular workforce. They have to travel at night, travel in the daytime. How can it be safe for the women? Safe for our senior citizens, because they have various kinds of disabilities. How can it be safe? Safe for our Divyangjan. And that safety can be ensured through this technology. They can be, this has been demonstrated in many places. We only have to replicate, we have to scale, and speed. We have to go through that mode. That is possible. Make the cities safe, make the cities more secure. Innovations and startups. We have shown India is now the world's largest, one of the most largest innovation ecosystem, startup ecosystem. The way it has progressed, the cities can become the groomers of the innovators, groomers of the startups, solving the problems, bringing ease to the citizens, bringing ease to the life of the citizens, making people, making the business much simpler. So this is so much of experience around this digital transformation. Digital can really do. It's a tool. You can utilize it the way you want it. So India today I mean, we need to, the way urban is transforming, we need to use this digital transformation. We need to use this new tool which is available with us and available in a big way. We have so many experts working on it to come out from the fragmented and siloed approach to a more integrated approach using this power. To come from the reactive approach to more predictive approach using this power. To come with, the huge lot of data, you can use this informed choices, you can segregate, you can use this data. Your choices can be much more informed, how your city can behave better. It's a time for coming with rather than resource guzzler, a lot of resources which you can guzzle or you can use that. Instead of that, you can have a more sustainable and resilient usage of the resources. And that is possible through the data-driven, what you said, the data transformation. This is the time when the data has become so much important. Data has become so much important. In fact, you can sell the data. So this data-driven world, the urbanization, the way it is taking place, the more than 50% of Indian population is going to become urban by 2040, by 2047 or maybe 50. And it is going to grow up. And this is when our definition of urban is very, very, I'll say, it is not like the practices which is followed across the world. If that practice is followed, we are still right now more than 50%. So we have to use this digital transformation. And I think that discussion today is going to be very relevant. I touched upon various things. One important thing is also providing the services. The digital transformation, how it can make much more useful to the public. So that is something which is the future, the future of urban area, the future of the Viksit urban area or the Viksit cities for 2047 is this. They are all data driven. And that is the discussion is all around for today. I wish you all the very best for this. And thank you, IAPA, for giving me this opportunity to come and address you. Thank you all. Jai Bharat. Jai Hind.